And we are back here on the GSMC football podcast. And for the the final part of the show, we are going to go through the current standings in the NFL, how everything is shaping out after Week 11, going into Week 12. We're moving right along here in the season. And we got the lines out in my spread pool for this week. And, listen, I take a lot of pride in the Thanksgiving games. I tend to do very well on Thanksgiving. There's only been, since I've been doing the spread pools, the worst I've done is gone 1-2. Pretty much every other year, I'd either go 3-0 or 2-1. But this year's going to be tough because I have no idea who to pick in the games. Now, I shouldn't say I have no idea for any of the games. The 49ers is the only game where I'm like, I'm taking the Niners. That I have confidence in doing that. The other two games, I'm not very sure. But I will go into that tomorrow because tomorrow is Thanksgiving Eve. We have no show on Thursday for Thanksgiving, but we'll be back on Black Friday, of course. So I'll do my picks for the Thanksgiving games tomorrow. But yeah. I'm really nervous because I'm not trying to do bad on Thanksgiving because it's going to ruin it for me. No, it's not really going to. But I still want to do well. All right, so enough of me rambling on about that. Let's get into the current standings here. So, in the AFC, right now, at this current moment, you have the Ravens at 8-3 as the number one seed. Played on Thursday, defeating the Bengals without Joe Burrow. They're playing the Chargers on Sunday night. So, right now they have a half-game lead over the Chiefs, the Jags, and the Dolphins. Those three teams are all tied at 7-3. Every team has their question mark. The Ravens, they're inconsistent. Chiefs' offense has been struggling. Jags have been inconsistent offensively as well. The Dolphins, they can't beat good teams. So all those teams have their issues, and then you go look at the wild card. The Browns have the top spot 7-3, the Texans 6-4, the Steelers 6-4, and then right behind them, a half game back, is the Bills at 6-5. It'd be crazy if you had the Bills get in as a 7th seed. Now, they haven't been great this year, but you still wouldn't want to play them. Especially if there's a 7 seed. Because right now the Steelers, you look at their point differential, 166 to 195. Points allowed 195. Points scored 166. That is unbelievable. And they're 6-4. And they lost 13-10 the other day. Listen, credit to Mike Tomlin, really. So yeah, you got the Bills, who are 6-5, a half game back. The Colts are 5-5, 1 game back. Broncos are 1 game back. Bengals are 1 game back. Raiders are a game and a half back. Chargers are 2. Jets are 2. And the Patriots and the Texans are Titans. Titans are 3. Patriots are 4 games back. But, yeah, right now, you like the Browns to make it. The Texans are in a good spot. The Browns got at Denver, which is going to be tough, at the Rams, which I think is still kind of a tough game. That's not a gimme, but I think they could definitely win that. Home against Jacksonville, home against the Bears, at Texans, home against the Jets, at Bengals. So I think they still get to 9-10 wins and make it, but yeah, it's the quarterback situation is ultimately what's going to hold them back. The Texans, they're in a good spot because right now, I take their offense over the Steelers' offense, over the Browns' offense. You take them over the Colts. I'd probably take them over the Broncos too. I think the Texans get in right now at this moment. The Steelers, we'll see how they are now with Matt Canada out of the fold. Does the offense, finally wake up, or is it going to be more of the same? But we'll see. It's jam-packed, and all these teams are playing each other down the stretch, so, this could all change. So, then we move on to the NFC. So right now you got the Eagles as the number 1 seed, 9-1 on the season. You got the Lions at 8-2 as the number 2 seed, the Niners 7-3, the number 3 seed, and then you have the Saints who are 5-5 as the number 4 seed. So which one of these things is not like the others? The Saints, they're just happy to be there, because the NFC South just is a mess. I'm hoping the Bucs still win it, but the Saints, you would think that's the team that should win this division. It should be, but who knows? Then you got the Cowboys as the number 5 seed. They are the wild card, the first wild card. That's where I think they're going to be. I don't think they're catching up to Philadelphia. Is it possible? Philly's got the Bills at home, which is going to be a tough game. I think they should win it, but a tough game. Then home against the Niners, which is going to be tough. The Niners are going to want to avenge their playoff loss from last year. At Dallas on Sunday night on December 10th, which is an exciting game to look forward to. Then they're at Seattle, Week 15, which is going to be tough too. Seattle's a playoff team. But then you finish off the season home against the Giants, home against the Cardinals, and then at Giants. So, I could see the Eagles losing maybe 1 or 2 more games. But I think they're going to finish with the best record again. And like I said, they look like the best team in the NFL in my opinion. So, we'll see. But so then the other 2 wild cards, you got the Seahawks and then you got the Vikings. The Seahawks have the 6th, the Vikings have the 7th. Now the Packers have, come to life a little bit. 2 games back, they're 4-6. Rams are 4-6. Falcons 4-6. Buccaneers 4-6. Commanders are 4-7. I still like the Vikings to get that last wild card spot. I don't really. Again, I think the teams in the South, they're going to be looking to win their division. That's their best path to the playoffs. I really don't see, them getting a wild card. Things can change, but that's really how I look at it. The Packers right now, they hold the tiebreaker over the Rams because they beat them this year. The Packers have been playing better. There's no question about that. We'll see what happens on Thanksgiving. But, I think ultimately what you have in the wild card is what you're going to get. I don't think these other teams are going to find their way in. The Vikings, they should have won the other night. But, they turned it over 3 times. That's not what you want. They got the Bears coming up at home. Then they're at the Raiders, at the Bengals with no Burrow, home against the Lions, home against Green Bay, at the Lions. I think they get to 9 wins, and I think they make it. And I don't really expect them to do anything after that. I think they're done after that. I don't see them going far in the playoffs, but you got to give them credit. They looked like they were going to have a bad season, and they turned it around, even with Kirk Cousins being out for the year. So, got to give them credit for that. We talk about the South having to host a playoff game, but whoever wins the South is going to be playing the Cowboys. So, that'll give Cowboy fans something to be happy about if the Cowboys are locked into this spot. But yeah, that's good for the Cowboys because the Cowboys are better than any team in the NFC South. So then they move on and play against the 1 seed most likely. But yeah, it's we'll see what happens. I don't think the Cowboys are going to catch up to the Eagles, but I think they can win against them at home against when they play each other on Sunday night in a couple weeks. 'Cause I don't think the Eagles are going to go 15-1 or 16-1. But you never know. Last time was a big win for them. The Lions, I don't trust them with their defense. That's the one thing that might hurt them in the playoffs. They gotta have their playoff games at home. Because I feel like if they go on the road against Philly, against the 49ers, I don't really give them a good chance. So we'll just have to, again, like I always say, we just got to wait and see. But that's pretty much the standings for this week, how everything is. The NFC South, who knows who's going to win it? It might take, again, it might be how it was last year. You might have a team that wins 8 games and misses and makes the playoffs. That'll be something to watch out for. As we progress to the end of the season here. That's really it though. So obviously, Thanksgiving this week, 3 games on Thursday. We got the Black Friday game, rivalry week in college football. I don't know why I'm having such a problem saying that. Then of course you have a full slate on Sunday. Monday night, of course, there's a game. So we got football every single day from Thursday to Monday. Think about that. That's wild. Well, there's usually some college games, during the week, too. But like the NFL, especially, there's no games on Saturday, but you got games on Thursday, game on Friday, game on Sunday, game on Monday. Full slate of college football on Saturday. It's a busy weekend right there. I got a busy weekend myself. My friends and I will be playing our annual Turkey Bowl on Saturday, so really looking forward to that. Just something to look forward to, because now with everybody working, it's tough for everybody to get together, but this is something that we all this is something you got to plan ahead for and make sure that you're you clear your schedule for it. Because again, everybody's getting older now. Things are changing, so it'll be a nice day. It's actually going to be cold. It's I think it's going to be 39. Right now, I saw it said 39 degrees. So got to make sure to bundle up for that. But of course, running around is definitely going to help to keep yourself warm. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Should be a lot of fun. So yeah, a lot of football for me to consume and to play this weekend. So I'm really looking forward to it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the show today. That is all the time that we have. Thank you guys for watching as always. We'll be back again tomorrow. We'll preview the Thanksgiving games for Thursday and all that. So until then, I'm Kenneth Grunfelder signing off from the GSMC Football Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. Have a good day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care.